Hi everyone, thanks for volunteering. I'm going to go through a little bit about what expectations we have about having these stickers on. These are the new stickers. We have 3 types. There's the mixed recycling, the trash, and the compostables. And they really are just basically like packing tape. The only thing about this packing tape is that it's pretty pricey because they were custom printed for us. We designed these and so we only have a limited amount, and it's not easy to replace just because of the quantities that we'd have to order and to the price. So try not to, use it for anything. Don't use it for anything else but marking, and keep track of your rolls so that any excess rolls either come back to me or go to your custodian. So when you're choosing your container, remember that we do 50% compost, 20 or 30% recycling, mixed recycling, and 20% trash. So that's true in all the elementary buildings because they have compost in both the classrooms and the lunchroom. At the middle schools and the high schools, the compost is mainly kept in the lunchroom. So keep that in mind when you're choosing containers. So like here's a typical recycling container. This is great because it's already marked, but we have this sticker we have to deal with. This is a typical Slim Jim that you find a lot in public places. Consider this, this is going to be one of your main things. The big thing about this is that it's tapered, so we're going to have to use care with the stickers since we're wrapping 360 degrees in one fell swoop. This is a real classic mixed recycling, compostable. It says trash, and because we're here at the high school, but so we're going to keep this trash for them because I'm right at the moment I'm not sure exactly where it came from or where it goes, but in the elementaries you would make this one mixed compostables. So this is actually coming off really nice, and we want to make sure that we get everything off like this and clean. All right, so my camera guy just stopped me because he said that's the room number. Yeah, so I found this out in the hallway, so make sure that if, talk to your custodians. Okay, first of all, make sure that you're on the same page with your custodian because that's huge. We're on the same team and we're working together, but that we don't want to undo what they've got going. So ask them if there's like certain markings or something that might be important like that, okay? This would be a great container for trash. This would be your 20%er. And so these are coming off pretty nice. This mixed recycling over here is not coming off. So we might have to deal with that in another way, either heat, using a blow dryer to heat up the glue and getting that off, using some moisture or a heat gun, or one of the cleaners. So you might need to have some rubber gloves on hand. Here's a couple of items that I picked up that might work that are a little bit more not caustic or anything to your health. Okay, so it's really important we get this clean, okay, because it's got to look, we want it to look really nice. We want it to look good. We want it to look like this is the way it came from the factory. We would like it to look like this is, top of the line. So when you're applying these, let's do the mixed recycling. I've supplied you guys with yardsticks. This is important to use because you can mark. You can put a mark and then move it around as you go around, and it might be like a 2-person job. That one person does the spinning or one person does the moving or something. You'll figure out your teamwork. But if you take, you can take some of the tape if you need to. Otherwise, I'm just going to use this orange tape just so it shows that better. And I'm just going to mark where, give myself a guideline. Okay, so let's say we just want them all to be uniform. Okay. This whole container could use a real good scrub down. So I highly suggest a power washer. I'll have one I can loan out. At least a hose and a scrub brush, and drying out in the sun would be great. So I'm going to make this mixed recycling because we're here at the high school. Now if you were at the elementaries, you probably want to make this compostable. So just keep that in mind. So I've got my yardstick. I've determined a good height, which is a couple, actually it should be about 4 inches below, at least 4 to 6 inches below, because there'll be a garbage can liner that will come over here, and we don't want it covering up the label. So make sure that you're at least like 4 inches below. So I've got it marked here at 26, and I'm just going to start in one area, and I'm going to keep moving. Now, if you're alone, you might consider like marking with like a Sharpie every so often around here. But if you have teamwork, then one person could hold the ruler and spin the bucket, and the other person could stick the tape. Now you're going to have, you'll probably get to the point where you're going to have a few wrinkles because this is a tapered container. So I'm going to keep going down. I'm going to pull it tight, and I'm going to push it smooth, and I'm going to check my height to make sure that I'm on height, and I'm going to come back around to my start point. There'll be wrinkles, I understand that. We just want to make them as least noticeable as possible. So now I'm back around to my start point. Okay, so I've got my wrinkles, and I'm going to cut it. You could try this with just like that, or you could try scissors, or you could use a tape gun. Might help too. And like that, you're just going to have to practice and see what works best. But to me, I think that's adequate. I think that's a good tolerance. I don't think that we really want to have it go any more off than that. And the fact that it doesn't match up, that's just the way it is. That's the nature of the beast. Anyway, so here is a mixed recycling can that's all ready to go back to the classroom, with the exception that I need to clean it up with either water or 409 or something of the sort. So that should do it. So you might come across containers like this that are pre-marked, which is great. We'll use this in a classroom for recycling. So we don't want to cover up the recycling, but we still need to mark it because it's got to be marked 360 degrees. And that's the whole point of this tape, is that it gets all the way around. And so regardless of how the container is situated in a classroom after the custodian's dumped it or after it's been moved around, we still know what it is. So you might consider putting the tape down here on these, because once again, there also might be a bag that comes over the edge here, and so we don't want to get too low down on the too high on the container that the bag will cover it up. So maybe choose a height that you might do like all of these. And that's really important. Like if you collect all your containers and you see what numbers you have and where you need containers, so you can redistribute your containers so that they're more uniformly distributed, so from classroom to classroom or from space to space, that they are similar containers for similar types of items. So just work it out in your building and see what you have to work with, and then redistribute using that 50, 30, 20, so that everything is more uniform. We want to make sure we have every can marked in the school. So work with your custodian to make sure that you have the right cans marked the right way. When you get to the lunchroom, once again, work with your custodian. You'll have the big barrels, so there might be some more wrinkles that you're going to have to work out. When you get to those flat ones, try to make those wrinkles. You're going to go straight across one side and then make a little crease in the corner where you're going to take care of that tapered amount, so that you only have 4 real, wrinkles where you compensate. Every place that there is a trash can, there should be a recycling can. Not necessarily a compost. We would like to get compost more out into the public places, like the foyers or the gathering places, but that will take, education and time. But for sure, every place that there's a trash, there should be recycling. So if you have questions, let me know. And volunteer hours are available. I can write letters that will qualify anyone for volunteer hours for any type of award or requirement that they need to fill. So thank you, and This is definitely a team effort, and it's going to take everyone's effort to make it happen, but that's what being green is. Everybody has to do their part. So thanks. Have a great day.